lot.
at the end. Yeah.
I'll play it on when I'm walking up there. I will put jukebox in my shoulder. I was like,
You
okay,
should.
we're live.
Hey guys, how's everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. And Rosie, Bree, let's give everybody a chance to come on in. Again, I'm trying to go live on Instagram, but it didn't work this time. But that's okay. All right, so we got a wonderful show for you today, and you might be asking, who's this show for? This show is for anyone who's looking to buy their first, second, or third home. Maybe you're buying it to live in, maybe you're buying it to invest. Oh, what? Do y'all hear
Oh yeah, what's that? What's happening?
that? Okay, I don't know.
What was that?
Like echo?
Technology. Yeah, I think it's technology, like a technology thing. But
I didn't
anyway,
even hear anything.
oh, cool. Bree, you heard it?
Big stepper.
I just heard echo.
Okay, cool. So, guys, we got a really special show for you today, and we're going to give you some market insights that we're really excited about. And we're going to try to deliver this show a little bit faster than we normally do. So, it's going to be hugely value packed. And Rosie's actually been nominated and selected for Austin Businesswoman Award. So, yay.
It's no more nominated. It's a finally honorable award.
Right. That's what I meant. You know, the word nominated is like so easy to use.
It's so awkward to still tell people. I said, please, I can't take any calls and appointments between 3 and 9 today. And this is why.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had that moment where you have to say something like this and you're like, how do I say this in the most, with humility? How do I say that?
Humility. Yeah, I haven't had that happen yet, but sounds interesting. Usually Rosie gets all of my awards.
Two people in my life who get the most attention from me did not give me their attention when I needed it today.
I know.
You should have texted us.
Oh, look. Hi, Beth. How are you?
Hi, Beth. I just want to tell you, I love you.
Oh, man.
No, she's about to tonight.
Yeah, Rosie's about to receive the award tonight, so we'll take plenty of pictures and share them. Rosie, what's the award for?
Austin Businesswoman Award for Professional Excellence in Business.
Wow. We're really proud of you, Rosie. Thank you for all the hard work that you do and leading our company. So we really appreciate it. So, guys, do y'all want to hear about what's happening in the marketplace?
No, I
get started now.
With love.
I can't hear you.
Because I don't even know what I'm wearing, but apparently it's somewhere in my closet. So let's hurry down.
Hi, John. Thank you for joining. We really love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, I'm going to get started with what's happening in the marketplace right now. Bree, thank you for sharing with me. She brought it to my attention earlier. NAR reported that we have broken a 4-month streak, a 4-month decline in home sales. And this month in July, we posted a 1.3% increase in existing home sales. So that's a really big deal. So maybe this kind of signals that we're breaking that trend now of a downward cycle. And then also new home sales have increased by 10.6%. Now, I'd be really curious to see what happens with the home improvement sector. For instance, Home Depot and Lowe's both have been reporting lower than expected earnings for the last quarter we were in. And then McCoy's was off by 25%. And now you might be asking, why am I bringing up Home Depot, Lowe's, and McCoy's? So we know McCoy's primarily serves the small to medium-sized builder, and Home Depot definitely, they're serving the larger builders as well. And why I'm bringing that up, why they saw a slump in sales, is because typically 75% or more of homeowners actually go and spend, if I'm not mistaken, upwards of $6,500 to renovate their property before they go on the market to sell. And so when I started thinking about all this, I said, could it be that the builders are slowing down? and maybe they're building fewer homes. And if they are, we're going to be in the same conundrum that we were in before, where builders slow down or stop building homes, and then we have an inventory crisis. And I've been doing a lot of research on this, and Zillow posted something, I think it was either a year or two ago, that said we had a shortage of homes, of 4.5 million homes short of our demand, right? So that's kind of what's held prices in place, even though we've seen sales slump a bit. Now, what makes all of this even more exciting, and I would love to hear from you and Bree, Wells Fargo came out and announced something. They're saying that their predictions are, their economists are predicting that the Federal Reserve will begin an aggressive rate cutting cycle, potentially reducing interest rates by a total of 2 percentage points. So starting with a 0.5 point cut in September. So of course, the economists, they predict stuff, and sometimes
I want to
they're
add something
they're
here.
wrong.
So
Sure.
one of the things that I've been observing very actively in the market while we are pricing properties with our investors who are buying them to flip or hold or rent or sell. Bree, you just posted recently one of the new constructions. What were the interest rate?
3.75.
Guys, now any catch? So guys, no catch. So people who are waiting for a shoe to drop when a builder offers 3.75 interest rate, listen, I gotta tell you all something. You can go buy a foreclosure deal at a 3.75, or you can buy a brand new construction at 3.75. They're going to be equally beneficial in different ways. And the reason I say that is because builders, here's what I think builders are doing.
What's that?
Builders are hurrying up and selling the inventory they have because they're about to start building more. They feel it. Go for it.
I actually just left Meritage up in Butler Farms this morning, and Meritage only has one home left. But when I got there was a lot of land still, and it looked like they were building. I asked the sales rep, like, "Hey, you said this is the only home. What's going on?" They said, "Well, we're going to be selling more, but we're going to get them started, and we're not selling until they're completed." And I thought,
You see that?
why would
Bree,
they
there
do
was
that?
Why
Yeah,
would they do that?
why would they do that?
So they can increase the price.
Prices
Ah,
and building to a custom choice versus building a spec. Which one is the faster profit for a builder?
Spec.
Spec. Building from ground up, if there is a fallout, is it a gain or a loss for a gain or a loss for a builder? Loss.
Yes.
Because you build a house up to somebody's spec and they back out, and now they have to sell somebody else's personal
Preference.
they're
choices.
anticipating price hikes, perhaps.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are. Now, the reason they're trying, now there are properties we are selling, and I was pricing them, and investors had priced the property pretty fairly at the market value. But when we did a 3-mile radius search, new builders dropped the prices on their previous inventory at the market value of resale to sell quicker.
Mhm.
Hey, if
And the
Wells
reason,
Fargo's right about the 2% decrease, that would put us at a 5% interest rate in the market, right?
yeah, that's gonna put a fire under market
4 to
spheres.
5.
So I would say buy the properties, hold on to it, breathe through it, meditate through it.
Yeah,
You're gonna make money at the end.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And
this is
actually, there's a neighborhood that we have an investor in, and he's looking at the comps in the area, and he's noticing that the properties that came on prior, they had to do some major price adjustments and get the property sold. But the market we're walking into isn't that market. So I really feel like we're in a pivoting moment right now as far as the market goes. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
yeah. Now I am gonna give people full confidence in the market. Hold as much as you can, because you're gonna look back and say, I'm glad you didn't let me sell.
So, I mean, there's a few exciting things that are happening in the Austin area. I mean, Austin, Dallas has got some really big projects that they're working on right now.
Yeah.
And, but I'll just give you the rundown of Austin right now. So, Project Connect, which was, the light rail in Austin, It's just hitting roadblocks and legal issues because they're not sure how the project should be funded, and then on top of that, because they projected this project and dropped all the projections for it in 2020. Well, a lot of inflation has happened, and the project has kind of warped into something else, and so they're trying to cut back. So it's not the original project, right? And because of that, it's hitting some roadblocks. Now, I've seen some renderings, and I would love to see a light rail in the city and imagine what it would do for connectivity. But I'm sure that's everything is about politics,
I
and
wonder what it will do for our showings.
yeah, I think quality of life and living. I mean,
I generally think this is my rosy theory.
mm,
If the traffic got faster, houses will sell faster.
ah, yeah,
Mm.
people would live here, right?
Now, okay, let me back it up. What I mean
Mm,
by that. Now, guys, don't go around holding me up to it. It's kind of
no,
funny
you're
too.
wrong.
Okay, yeah.
We're
So,
daydreaming here.
yeah.
Speaking
So
of,
listen, if you have a property on the market, and it normally we get an offer on day 12, and what entails writing an offer? Agent driving from their office,
I just got
going
what you're saying.
going to the property, opening the door, and then they cannot write an offer in a car. They drive back to their home or their office and they sit down on the computer and they write an offer. So even if they showed the property at 12, by the time I receive an offer is sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night or until next morning.
yeah,
Because a realtor might have just stopped at a coffee shop, write an offer, where the clients haven't gotten home yet. They have to review the offer. They have to ask questions back and forth, understand the liability. So my honest truth is this. If a showing happened at 12 o'clock
you're
and the
thinking
agent
like a realtor. Yeah, you're thinking like a broker. Nice, nice.
and the agent gets in the light rail faster, beats
Yeah.
all the traffic, they write an offer in
Well,
the
let's
light.
let's talk about quality of life, right? So they say anything over 25 minutes starts to impact quality of life. And if people could commute and come back home from work, they probably make decisions to buy more central because I've seen that people are wanting to move to the outskirts, but maybe moving along those metro rails well, definitely there are some statistics just to inform our viewers. There's some strong statistics showing that properties along these light rails and tracks do appreciate in value. So regardless of whether or not you believe in light rail or if it's a political issue, for which it is for a lot of people, just know this, that if you do own real estate along
What
that
can be
path,
politically wrong about light rail?
huh?
What am I missing? Why is it political issue?
Well, it might be a political issue because a lot of people don't want to for property taxes to go up, and then how property taxes are allocated, and whether or not we should be making those decisions. But I mean, you can turn anything into a political issue,
I
right?
was just trying to get an offer fast. I can imagine Brie
I like
getting in
how
the
you're
light
thinking.
rail. Yeah, the light rail, and the clients are sitting with her in the light rail. Let's hash out these questions now. Let's write
Yeah,
an offer now. And let's get it in because sooner the offer comes in, sooner the seller looks at it, and faster the loans close, faster the properties close. We can gain 20% time.
yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay, so this next piece of news, I'm really excited about it, and I wish they'd done it sooner because, frankly, I don't drink anymore. But for those who drink and work out, there's good news for you.
Drink.
There's going to be a drink and workout. Yeah, so there's a beautiful uh, Lifetime Fitness in Kansas that has a bar inside of it, and I was really shocked. I said we don't have anything like that back in Texas. But on South Lamar, there's going to be the Boudin development project, which is going to have the Lifetime Fitness, and on one of the other levels, they're going to have a full blown restaurant with cocktails and all of that stuff.
Wow. Fancy.
Yeah, so like on your,
You know,
jump off the light rail, get a workout in, have a
Have a
few,
meal.
get back on the light rail, and go home.
work out and get a drink in.
I always wanted to.
You always wanted to? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Beth says
Clearly, they're
tax.
not building it for me. They're not going to make profit on people like me.
Yeah. So, we
Bree's
want
like,
to keep the
too
government
easy,
out of our
bro.
pockets. So, Austin Bergstrom Airport is announcing some more nonstop flights, one to Atlanta and another one to New Orleans. So, we did see a lot of cutbacks on nonstop flights, or we saw a lot of flights being dropped off, and now we're seeing some being added on. I think that's
Oh, I
just
want to share something hands on. So this past week or so, I was in North Carolina, Raleigh Durham Airport. Guess
Mhm.
what I found out? Okay. Just because Austin is doing great, let me share with you how it's attracting and paying other people's bills in other states. So there's a multifamily investor who is going around and acquiring properties in Austin, Texas, and other areas. They recruited talent for event planning and team building and executive assistant work from Raleigh, North Carolina. And guess what? There are 3 flights a day that go between these two airports.
Wow.
So, this is how people are solving the unemployment issue. They are looking at cities where we have direct flights from, and that could be a great driving factor in bringing brain pool into Austin, Texas. So, imagine the desirability of this town, people buying second homes here,
Hmm.
Yeah.
more shortage.
Yeah. So, guys, this is really exciting. Industrial and warehouse space is high in demand. So, we're starting to see a lot of companies like be creative with it. We're also having pickleball. Pickleball is a big deal.
Pickleball is a big thing. Bree, you and I need to play pickleball.
I think we should all go play a little pickleball.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
actually helps with longevity.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do a
really
pickleball.
great.
I really need to know what this game is all about. I hear so much hype around it.
I,
Yeah.
but once we start, we might not be able to stop.
Oh.
I'm glad. I want to start a workout that I can't stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beth, why don't you come on with us? Let's play some pickleball.
Bet
And
you pickle.
so
Can
check it out. Georgetown's announcing something really big. We were talking about industrial space.
hmm.
They are launching. There's 3 projects that they're launching that are liable to get some sort of tax abatement. But all in all, this is about $135 million of economic development that's going on in Georgetown. And so this will be 2 data centers and one of the factories that are they're going to build. I think it's 45,000 square feet, but it's going to be the Kang Shan Cutlery. They make knives, and so if you haven't gone to their website, I've dropped the name in here. Just check it out. You can Google it. They make some really cool like Damascus knives and stuff like that for the kitchen.
Whoa.
And wow, what was that?
I
What was that?
I
Whoa.
showed King Shan Cutlery.
Nice. I like what you did.
You did
Uh,
that?
Yeah, I didn't know
yeah.
that you could do that.
So I'm going to jump to Dallas, but I'm only going to give you all 2 top things to think about. So Plano is spending $4 billion on life science projects, and that's a lot of money. So there's
Billion.
billion 91-acre campus in Plano Legacy area.
Mhm.
So if you own some real estate there, I'd say look into holding on to it. And if you can find a good deal in those areas, maybe grab it, capture it, and not let it go. And then also there's a electric car company moving to North Texas to a small town called Justin, and they announced that the postal service has bought, I believe, 6 of their vehicles, right hand driving vehicles, so they can drop the mail, the post office. And they're starting with 6 vehicles. Maybe it'll grow into something bigger, but they're really cool cars. They're called canoes, and they kind of look like little minivans. But again,
New.
if you get to Google it and take a look at it, yeah, let me just drop it in there. This is the company name, Canoe.
New.
But this had me really curious, Rosie Bree. We're seeing a lot of development going on into these smaller towns. So I think our viewers should pay a lot of attention to what's coming. Maybe like buy up some property on the outskirts, because that's where the industrial growth has always been going. It just makes more economic sense when you think about it, because there's fewer amenities in those areas. You can tap into a larger, I guess, a larger pool of work employees because, I don't know.
I think the biggest struggle, I'll explain to you guys what's really going on. One of the biggest struggles that I think people run into is the 1% rule on the rental. And I cannot tell you how many times Bree had reached out to me and said, Rosie, what is this 1% rule? What is this 1% rule? Right? Well, 1% rule was great when your property values were around $250,000, $200,000. I remember selling a house in Pflugerville for 145K, like a really nice, clean, simple house. And today that property is probably 310, 350. So in Austin area and major metros, one thing that we all have to kind of just make peace with is that Austin market is going to appreciate. Dallas market is going to appreciate. Rents will appreciate, but they will be parallel to these two markets because we have apartments. People have rental options, right? But once again, I'm going to ask this tough question. When people say cash flow, can we agree it's a couple of $100 that we're thinking about?
Mhm.
Will $200 a month retire you?
No.
And if so, I want to find out how you are living.
How you're living? Where are you living? You're not living on Earth. I tell you that. So if $200 is not going to retire you, let me ask you another question. Do you think 200,000 will retire you?
Not me, no.
Well, you better figure out fast what's going to retire you then.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on the same boat as you. We're going to do something about it. I'm kidding. Okay,
Yeah.
answer. You don't answer, brief you answer. $200,000, will it bring me closer to the retirement rather than $200 a month? Okay. The point is, even if the rents are like this and properties values are like that, and rents are below and property values are right here, focus on property appreciation.
Mhm.
Because riding this wave will give you 200K. Riding this wave will give you $200 a month. Right? So oftentimes I've seen people make a decision to buy property in an area where they're just doing that so they can just have cash flow, even if a little bit. I would say you're playing hold and sell and buy game. Hold it, sell it, buy it again. Hold, sell, buy. Hold, sell, buy.
Maybe a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
a little cash flow, a little appreciation.
Don't be upset when you don't see cash flow. That's
Yeah,
not the game you play
don't
in
be
Austin.
upset. That's right.
Don't play that game in Austin. You would be losing it all day for no reason. Who wants to set themselves for?
Oh, nice. Our housekeeper hit the trash can. Thought somebody got in a wreck. Okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, no,
Here's
no.
my
It's
Lucy.
it's
Don't
fine.
talk about Lucy like that. You don't laugh at Lucy.
I love her so much. So guys, no, that's really the news for today. And then I also shared that look, Hurricane Beryl was an embarrassing, an embarrassing thing that happened here in Texas. A lot of people lost power for a very long time, and I think over a week, some people, right? So the CenterPoint Energy is spending $5 billion as of now, but it's part of a larger investment of $21 billion by the year 2030 on making sure that they can keep the lights on for Houston residents. So I'm really excited about that. But I'm really much more excited about the paddleball opening near the Domain. Beth just shared with us.
Beth is gonna play paddleball with us in Domain.
Yep.
I want to make sure Beth retires because I need a play buddy. Bree, you and I go play with Beth.
Okay.
I like her. I love her actually. So now that you've given the news of all the $1 billion coming in here, right? Bree,
A lot
what do
to,
you
hey,
think?
on a final note, though, a lot of what I'm really excited about in Texas is all the money being spent on life sciences and all of that stuff in medical facilities. It's 60 million here, $1 billion there, and so there's a lot of money being spent. And so that's very exciting because we needed it here in Texas.
No, one more thing I want to make a correlation here is that if you think about all the things Roger is sharing today, it's more about recreation.
Mhm.
One of the things that Austin is actively focused on, because people are moving from California where there's outdoors, weather is nice, so people are more involved in activities. I have seen Texas very consciously spend a lot of time and effort into planning the city accurately, so there is more life style activities to do outside, so
Mhm.
people can be out and about more.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
think,
those are some projects I think that I'm going to be sharing with everyone in the newsletter. So if you're not registered, please go to rivetre.com, register on the website. You'll be a part of our newsletter, and you'll get the full-blown detail about what's going on in the major metros. We cover vacancy rates. We cover much more. And all these projects that Rosie's talking about, these outdoor kind of venues and stuff, you'll know about those and the investments that are being made. So we want to make you aware of those things, but you have to register, and we can start sending you that PDF.
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh,
I got to do it at least once on the show.
Bree, you and I are going to figure it out next time.
I don't think we will.
Thursday
But
comes too fast.
I know it does. By the way, wait, before anything else,
Please.
tomorrow, Coffee Social is at
Pine View Coffee House.
View Coffee Company.
everyone notate that, please.
Yep. It's not at the Renaissance. It'll be at the Pine View Coffee Company.
Bree, do you want to talk about the investor who's buying a DSCR loan property?
One last thing, if y'all don't mind.
Honey, your last thing has never been a last thing because okay,
Economic Development, Williamson County. We're going to have David Porter, not this week, next week.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yes. Next Friday, guys, you want to come in and listen to this
Stop
guy.
everything.
We took him for a coffee, and I was like, man, this is way too much information and way too little people, absorbing it. We needed a bigger crowd to hear, because when you will listen to things that we listen to, you will act faster.
Yeah.
You will know
Call
why
in
the opportunity
Call
is.
in sick on Friday and come to Coffee Social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. Thanks.
Okay. Ro, what were you saying?
We helped an investor get approved for a DSCR loan. Spill it out.
Yeah, so we helped an investor who they are choosing to put down 30%, okay, but they could have gotten away with 20% down. Actually, you can get away with as little as 15% down. So as long as the numbers are making sense as far as what the rent is versus what the monthly payment is, you can. The higher down payment that you go, the better interest rate you do get. But with 30% down, he was able to secure a 6.75 rate on a duplex.
Bree, does he have to do any repairs to it?
No, brand new.
Does he have to paint, carpet, HVAC?
Doesn't have to touch anything.
What is the age of the duplex?
Brand new, 2024.
You heard that? Even on brand new properties on duplex in today's market with DSCR loan, you're positive cash flow.
And get this, the paperwork is like just that big. It's so tiny. Maybe a couple of big statements.
Hey, James wants more information on these. Can we?
Okay.
All right, James, let's do it.
Yeah. There's also another, this is not a brand new construction, but there was a duplex that I put in last week's email in Hutto. Hutto does not come up very, very often. And it was under 500K.
Duplex.
Yes. Duplex under 500K in Hutto.
What is the age? How old?
I think it was like 06 or it was in the 2000s. It was a little bit older, but it was still in decent condition. And they had just done a new roof, new AC, and new HVAC, I think. So they were doing the big.
Okay,
if you're curious about Hutto falls in which county, Bree? Williamson County, right? And we have Williamson County.
Dave Porter coming in. You asked Dave Porter about Williamson County.
I don't know. What about Williamson County? And he'll give you all the reasons why you should buy that duplex.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's still available.
Yeah.
Last time that one.
I'll tell you this. You guys need to move a little bit quicker. I just want to take one moment and tell everybody, please start moving a little bit quicker. Okay. You guys are taking a little too much time, and the way we are seeing inventory disappear, I don't think it's going to be too long before we start going to seeing days on the market reduced to 10, 12 days, which I'm starting to see way more activity in the market on our listings already.
Yeah.
And I am hearing more agents tell me this is going to be their second home. And I think this is because we're attracting employment from other states.
Mhm.
So pay attention. You're local.
All you have to do is Google it and see how much the Census Bureau is expecting your city to grow, or where you're looking to invest. How much are they expecting it to grow? And I think you'll be surprised by the numbers and the increase in population, and it would cause anybody to act. So definitely, that's a good point.
All right, next week, if you guys want, I'm happy to dissect a property for you, why something sells and why something does not sell. This is one conversation that I think we kind of do almost for every property that we're writing an offer on. But we'll pick one property that has been sitting on the market and one that sold. And we'll share with you on how we go about looking at evaluating a real estate, why you should be buying it, why you should be holding it, or you should just buy and sell it right away.
Hey James, you can text Rosie for more information on the duplex, Rosie or Bree, and
Yeah.
they'll get you the information you need.
Text us both for the fastest response, please.
There you go.
Yeah, Bree said. Because then I'm going to get a text from Bree, hey, James texted you. Get me. I'm trying to be efficient. Well, cool, guys. Well, if you want to make sure that I wear a decent clothes on my event tonight, I got to go. And I hate to cut this a little bit short today. But I'm going to make up for it next week. I'm going to make sure that I dissect some properties for you. My commitment to you is that I'll grab 2 properties and I'll show you why one sold, one didn't sell. And if you have one property that you want me to check for you and help you maybe understand why that property didn't sell, I'm happy to do that for you. So we're here to help you in the way that you want us to. So if we get a text from y'all on any property that needs to be evaluated, we'll go for it. Otherwise, we'll bring 2 properties to evaluate next week.
Yep. We love you guys and we want to provide value. So, and we look forward to meeting you on the next event.
All right.
Tomorrow.
All right, guys. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Can't wait to see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care.